I don't think there's anything I need to say. I think that one you nailed. The only thing will just be watch with, if someone's going through that much fucking heavy shit, just going, hey, given that all this is going on, what do you want to focus on?
Okay, cool.
And just go, do you want to just ease back a little bit? And then we're focusing on just keeping your weight on, and just, if he's got liver cancer, think about pushing more food into him and saying it's okay to have extra stuff, because it's more likely better for you to put some weight on when he starts getting symptoms, because he's going to drop weight hard.
PDF is your friend. You can't identify spelling errors as easily on a PDF document than you can on a Word, which is also a big problem. But PDF anything, always.
Why she's saying that is, like, on your phone, when we're looking at resumes, if it's a Word document, all the formatting goes. If it's PDF, and why do we need to change your document? Send us a PDF. We don't need to edit it. So my 100%, my best advice would be to identify what you actually want out of the internship and communicate that up front. So something that we do as an organisation is trying to ask the student what they would actually want out of it. And a lot of them will often say, oh, whatever, like, you just tell me, like, I just want to learn everything. It's like, yeah, cool, but it's not really giving us much of an opportunity to actually give you what you want. So as an employer or someone that has a student, it's just like, tell me what you want and let me try and get you it. If I can't, I'll let you know, but start off with what your ultimate kind of experience would be and what you ultimately want to get out of it. So then that way you're actually ticking all the boxes, both from the placement perspective, but also your career perspective, and getting the most out of the opportunity.
What are your top 3 tips for video conferencing / Zoom meetings?
Top 3 tips. Sit somewhere that's quiet, with no distractions. 2, have the right lighting and the right height. Don't have the camera facing up to your chin. Have it at eye level or slightly above, so they can see your face. And when you're doing the video conferencing, focus on looking on the human that you're talking to, not looking at yourself in the camera.
And I think that's where he needs to get to. You can't just let him keep dominating. You've got to pull him up. Otherwise, that'll be the pattern for the rest of your consults moving forward. If you lay that down, it's like, okay, cool, you'll like, nah, you'll push 50, you'll push 75%, I'll push like 5. He'll push 75, you'll push 5, and you don't actually then get anywhere.
What are the most important foods to know the kilojule intake without having to look them up?
All of them. Anything that is like a daily staple you should know, like milk, bread, cheese, fruit, veg, all of them. At least the main ones, but you need to know mango, banana, apple, orange, right? You also need to know fast food junk options, so chips, and then like Macca's, KFC, Hungry Jack's, all of those ones, and have a generic kind of overview of what that is and make sure it's accurate. So knowing the different meals is probably the next level, but you should at least have a good basis as to how that meal maybe compares to one that you're getting him to create at home, so you can identify what kind of deficit you're creating for this client to achieve their weight loss goals.
Don't talk about the GI. Don't do it. Think about the glycemic load and maybe communicate that more as an idea. So remove the GI out of your head and don't talk to your clients about it, because it's confusing as. I would also say my next top tip would be reduce their total carbohydrate load and replace it with at least 1 handful of nuts and seeds. So top tip number 3, you need to ask them about their insulin, whether they're on it. You need to ask them about their medications, and you need to continually ask that conversation in relation to their blood sugars.
So many dietitians are so fussed with what they believe is right according to the evidence. They forget what the client's in front of you for. They forget what the client's goals are. And to be client-centered is that client comes first, evidence second. And that is probably one of the biggest things to be successful with clients.
Work with the flavour profiles that they already like. So if they're a chippy person, you might get them to try the roasted chickpeas as an integration point, and there's a lot of roasted other legumes like fava beans and stuff like that. It might be giving them a recipe that they could use to incorporate it, and please make sure that it actually tastes good. Make sure you try it out with a few people that notoriously hate legumes, because remember, we dietitians have unusual taste palates and we like things even though they taste terrible. And then it might be that you bring the legumes into another meal. So it might be if they're doing a mince or they're having a burrito, you get them to actually spread a bean paste or hummus through it. So there's lots of ways to try and actually integrate it without it just being, here, have a plate full of chickpeas. And these days there's a hell of a lot of snacks out there that do incorporate chickpeas, and whilst they're not the best ideal of health, it's certainly a good trial to get them to be a little less offended by it, and then you can build up from there.